folks, welcome to Storytime with Johnny Waken. I'm Johnny Waken, and today we're going to continue our story of Jumping Mouse with part 2 of Jumping Mouse. Now, if you'd like to hear part 1 again, you can go to my YouTube channel, follow the link below for part 1. So sit back and relax and lend me your ear, and I'll tell you more about Jumping Mouse. Thank you, Jumping Mouse said, and thanked him again. I want to return to my people and tell them of this thing that has happened to me. Well, go then, Frog said. Return to your people. It's easy to find them. Keep the sound of the Medicine River to the back of your head. Go opposite the sound, and you will find your brother mice. Jumping Mouse returned to the world of the mice, but he found disappointment. No one would listen to him. And because he was wet, and had no way of explaining it because there had been no rain, many of the other mice were afraid of him. They believed he had been spat from the mouth of another animal that had tried to eat him. And they all knew that if he had not been food for the one who wanted him, then he must also be poison for them. Jumping Mouse lived again amongst his people, but he could not forget his vision of the sacred mountains. Jumping Mouse went to the edge of the place of mice and looked out onto the prairie. He looked up for eagles. The sky was full of many spots, each one an eagle. But he was determined to go to the sacred mountains, so he gathered all his courage and ran just as fast as he could onto the prairie. His little heart pounded with excitement and fear. He ran until he came to a stand of sage. He was resting and trying to catch his breath when he saw an old mouse. The patch of sage where Old Mouse lived was a haven for mice. Seeds were plentiful, and there was nesting material and many other things to be busy with. "Hello," said Old Mouse. "Welcome." Jumping Mouse was amazed. Such a place, such a mouse. "You are truly a great mouse," Jumping Mouse said, with all the respect he could find. "This is truly a wonderful place. And the eagles, they can't see you here either," Jumping Mouse said. "Yes, and one can see all the beings of the prairie here," Old Mouse said. "The buffalo, antelope, rabbit, and coyote, one can see all of them from here and know their names." "That's marvelous," Jumping Mouse said. "Can you also see the river and the great mountains?" "Yes and no," Old Mouse said with conviction. "I know that there is the great river, but I am afraid that the great mountains are only a myth. Forget the passion to see them. Stay here with me. There's everything you want here, and it's a good place to be." How could he say such a thing, thought Jumping Mouse. Medicine of the sacred mountains is nothing one could forget. "Well, thank you very much, Old Mouse, for the meal you've shared with me, and for sharing your great home. But I must seek the mountains." "You are a foolish mouse to leave here. There is danger on the prairie. Why, just look up there," Old Mouse said, with even more conviction. "See all those spots? They are eagles, and they will catch you." It was hard for Jumping Mouse to leave, but he gathered his determination and ran hard again. The ground was rough, but he arched his tail and ran with all his might. He could feel the shadows of the spots upon his back as he ran. All those spots. Finally, he ran into a stand of choke cherries. Jumping Mouse could hardly believe his eyes. It was cool there, very spacious. There was water, cherries, and seeds to eat, grasses to gather for nests, holes to be explored, and many, many other busy things to do. He was investigating his new domain when he heard a very heavy breathing. He quickly investigated the sound and discovered its source. It was a great mound of hair with black horns. It was a great buffalo. Jumping Mouse could hardly believe the greatness of the being he saw lying there before him. He was so large that Jumping Mouse could have crawled into one of his great horns. Such a magnificent being, thought Jumping Mouse, and he crept a little closer. "Hello, my brother," said the buffalo. "Thank you for visiting me." "Hello, great being," said Jumping Mouse. "Why are you lying here?" "I am sick. I am dying," the buffalo said, "and my medicine has told me that only the eye of a mouse can heal me. But, little brother, there is no such thing as a mouse." Jumping Mouse was shocked. "One of my eyes," he thought. "One of my tiny eyes." He scurried back to the stand of chokecherries. But the breathing came harder and slower. "He will die," thought Jumping Mouse, "if I do not give him my eye. He's too great of a being to let die." He went back to where the buffalo lay and spoke. I am a mouse," he said with a shaky voice. "And you, my brother, are a great being. I cannot let you die. I have 2 eyes, so you may have one of them." And the minute he said that, Jumping Mouse's eye flew out of his head, and the buffalo was made whole. The buffalo jumped to his feet, shaking Jumping Mouse's whole world. "Thank you, my little brother," said the buffalo. "I know of your quest for the sacred mountains and of your visit to the river. You have given me life so that I may give away to the people. I will be your brother forever. Run under my belly, and I will take you right to the foot of the sacred mountains, and you need not fear the spots. The eagles cannot see you while you run under me. All they will see will be the back of a buffalo. I am of the prairie, and I will fall on you if I try to go up the mountains." Little Mouse ran under the buffalo, secure and hidden from the spots, but with only one eye. It was frightening. The buffalo's great hooves shook the whole world each time he took a step. Finally, they came to a place, and Buffalo stopped. "This is where I must leave you, little brother," said the buffalo. "Thank you very much," said Jumping Mouse. "But you know, it was very frightening running underneath you with one eye. I was constantly in fear of your great earth-shaking hooves." "Your fear was for nothing," said Buffalo, "for my way of walking is the Sundance way, and I always know where my hooves will fall. I now must return to the prairie, my brother. You can always find me there."